The first chapter of The Mandalorian ended on an extremely wild note, and I have some ideas as to what it could mean for this first season. And spoiler warning if you haven't seen the episode yet. After an epic battle between the Mandalorian, IG-11, and a group of mercenaries, they come about the asset they were hired to deliver or destroy. It's an infant, specifically an infant of the Yoda species. I had heard rumors of potential Yodas being in this season, but I wasn't too sure I could trust what I was hearing. But this was insane. Knowing what we know about the Mandalorian being a foundling, a child of war, made his instant refusal to terminate the asset extremely compelling. The Mandalorian and this baby share a common bond, and I think his instinct to protect the child, even though it's 50, will be the thing that shows us glimpses of the Mandalorian's humanity over the course of each episode. What's so curious about this little alien Yoda guy is why would there even be a bounty out for this thing? Yoda himself is long dead, and as far as we know, the Jedi Order is only Luke Skywalker. And the show doesn't really seem heavily involved with the spiritual, at least not yet. So there must be some large importance to this Yoda creature, and I have two ideas as to what that could be. One idea is that this tiny Yoda baby could be a tool for extending the lifespan of certain individuals. Yoda lived for 900 years, so it's not out of the realm of possibility that that aspect of the species biology would be coveted. And we can see on Dr. Pershing's uniform that he bears the emblem of the young clones from Kamino in Attack of the Clones. Some speculate that the client wants to clone this baby Yoda, but I personally don't think that's the case whatsoever. I think the scientific angle on this is specifically for elongating life. Perhaps in this wasteland of a galaxy, it's too expensive to get new crops of clones that live longer, so longer lives are in order. Or perhaps it's something way more nefarious. After all, Palpatine did want to live for thousands of years, and maybe it connects to the sequel trilogy. Who knows? It does seem that Dr. Pershing is in a position against his will, in that the client, played by Herzog, is extremely agitated by the existence of the asset. You know, it's all very interesting and also very vague to me, but vague in a good way. Now, the other idea I have is that we have seen how powerful Yoda was in the Force. He was the Grand Master of the Jedi Order, the leading member of the High Council. I think perhaps his species is inherently strong in the Force, but in a worrisome way for these Imperial loyalists, and I think it's possible that they might want to terminate this creature because of that potential, and that potential it could have for undermining a new empire. Maybe its existence becoming an icon of hope. Ultimately, with the First Order coming into existence 25 years later, it's truly impossible to really figure out what this Imperial Remnant is up to or why they're after the baby. But we also know it was common for the Empire to abduct Force-sensitive children and conduct experiments, resulting in these Force-sensitives turning to the dark side. Maybe they want to harvest a crop of future Inquisitors. Who knows? I definitely don't think the Mandalorian will be bringing back this baby to the client, and I think that's essentially the reason we have so much of that action in the trailers regarding the Death Troopers and the Flame Troopers. And I also think that this specific scene in the trailer takes place right after the Mandalorian tells the client he won't be delivering said asset. So those are my two theories as to why there is a bounty out for a young baby Yoda. And for those who have seen the show, why do you think this Imperial Remnant wants this tiny, cute as hell Yoda baby? I'm interested in your theories before we see the next episode. May the Force be with you. AT-AT is signing off.